Welcome to FASTPORT's product demo. In this demo, you'll see how FASTPORT products make it easier to recruit drivers. Here are 3 industry challenges that make it difficult to recruit drivers. First, it's difficult for carriers to post jobs effectively. Once those jobs are posted, it's difficult for drivers to find the right job for them. And finally, it's difficult to distinguish your carrier from the thousands of carriers in the marketplace. The core problem with posting can be explained this way. All carriers have jobs to be posted, but they can only post them one job at a time, to one posting site at a time, to one city at a time. In trucking, we do not hire by one job, site, or city at a time. Here's a better picture of how we hire. We hire in big hiring areas, such as this picture of the Midwest. We hire around particular cities or along shipping routes. Sometimes we use a mix of all 3, big hiring areas, around cities, and routes. Here's a summary of how FASTPORT's products can help. For a small monthly fee, we can help you write great job postings that we call job maps, and then we can intelligently blanket those postings across hiring areas via multiple channels. Here's a demo of how that works. The first step to creating a great job map is to add a job into the FASTPORT system. Start by putting a job title, a job summary, and some other basic information. Make sure that you enter your estimated home time, and then choose from over 1,000 different trucking attributes to make it easy to write the ad. Draw your job map. Select from the things you don't want, such as no felonies or no drug convictions. Put in your pay details, including bonus information. Set a release date for your ad. Choose the people on staff that'll see it, and then FASTPORT creates your job map in our system. Continue by adding all of your jobs. Here is a small office with 5 job postings. Now, remember their central challenge. They can only post these jobs one job at a time, to one posting site at a time, to one city by a time. However, with FASTPORT, we can send your postings out to infinitely more places with just a few steps to provide a much, much better response. Here's how you start. First, start by clicking the Post To button. This page allows you to send each of your job postings to multiple channels in just a few clicks. The first place you can send your jobs to is fastport.com, which is our public job posting site. The second place is local sites, which include state workforce agencies and job banks, colleges and community colleges, unemployment offices, and 2,700 other microsites. The third place is military sites, which includes Hiring Our Heroes and Heroes to Hired. The fourth place is pay-per-click sites, some of which that you can post to without paying. And the last place is Craigslist. Now, as I show you how this works, keep your eye on the scoreboard in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. This scoreboard will keep a tally of all of the places your postings will go to with FASTPORT in comparison to traditional methods. Let's get started. We'll start by adding our first job to the FASTPORT channel. Then we'll select local sites, and we'll add that same job to the local sites channel. Notice it added that job to 7 cities that we entered here in our job map. Now we're going to click this pencil, and we're going to find driver cities all in the purple of that job map. Here, the system has automatically chosen cities where we see lots of driver activity and blanketed them throughout the purple on our job map. Now we're up to 23 markets, so that's 7 entered in our job map plus 23, which equals 30. Now we're going to click in the Schedule column. We're going to choose to repost this job every week on Friday. This will improve our rankings on all the local sites and thereby 4 times a month refresh our postings. Now that's 7 plus 23, which is 30, times 4, which is 120 times exposure. Now let's click on military sites, and we'll add those the same way with one change. This time, instead of sending to driver cities, let's send them to cities where there's the least posting competition. And set a new schedule. We'll post these on Mondays instead. Now we're another 7 plus 23 times 4. Now to the pay-per-click sites. We're currently integrated with 14 sites. And this time, let's send them to cities where there's the highest unemployment. Now let's set a schedule for Wednesdays. Now, with our scoring, we have a little different situation. Now we have 7 plus 22, so that's 29, times 14 markets, times 4 times a month. Finally, let's post to Craigslist. Let's choose only paid cities. Find cities that are close. Washington, D.C. is a little outside our job map. Now we have 2 Craigslist cities refreshed 4 times a month, which equals 8 more postings. Now let's see if I can visually depict what all of this really means. First, remember that traditionally you post one job to one posting site to one city. But with job maps and FASTPORT, here's how one job map looks when posted to all of our channels. And that's why you get so much extra exposure with FASTPORT and job maps. Now, if you really want to supercharge your recruiting campaign, mix posting to FASTPORT channels with pay-per-click budgets. Here's how to do that. Notice we're on the pay-per-click tab. I'm going to go ahead and set a pay-per-click budget of $4,000 a month. Now, I'm going to say this dedicated lane is very important to me, so I want to use this pay-per-click budget for that lane. But it's not so important that I want to spend the whole $4,000. So I'll click here and set this to limit, and I'll say I want to spend no more than $200 on this particular one. I'll say this one is another very important to me, and I'll use this budget as much as I can. We'll say this one here is not very important, so I want to give organic posting a try. So I'll switch this to read organic, which means it will not use any budget at all. Now this campaign will mix organic postings with postings that use my budget with postings that limit my budget. All of this taken together, FASTPORT and Job Maps provides optimized posting exposure in the right places to the right recruits. Now let's move on to our next industry problem. It is very difficult for drivers to find the right job. With traditional classified postings, they are forced to read thousands of postings poorly written and difficult to search to find the right job, which is a practical impossibility. With job maps, we can show them the right job in 30 seconds. As we post out to all of these channels, we will often refer people back to our website so drivers can have a better searching experience. Here's what that looks like. When drivers arrive at fastport.com, it is as easy as this. First, they can type in their hometown. The system will immediately suggest jobs that might suit them. If they'd like to be more specific, they click the filter button, and they tell us a little bit about themselves. I'm saying I'm an experienced driver. I'd like to be a company driver. I have a CDLA. I like to drive vans. I have 2 years experience. I want to be home at least weekends. And I want to make more than $50,000 a year. They click filter. And now they have 22 jobs that suit their preferences. They can scroll down the list, zoom on the first one that interests them, and click the contact button to get started talking to the carrier. Now that drivers can find jobs that suit them, here's how you can distinguish your carrier from the thousands of carriers in the marketplace. We have 3 services, each cost $150 a month. The first is that you can get a branded pin on our job maps. If you look here, you'll see Ryder, JB Hunt, and Conway all have branded pins that distinguish them from the generic pins. You also can place your logo on our job maps. These are the only places in the system where you can click and be redirected to your company website. The last, and probably the coolest, is that you can put job maps on your own company website with just one line of code. These job maps show only your jobs, and they are great when a driver is interested in your company but doesn't find the perfect job. When they come to job maps on your website, they may find that perfect job when they can see all of your jobs in one place. In conclusion, FASTPORT's recruiting platform makes it easy for carriers to efficiently distribute job postings to thousands of places in just a few clicks, for drivers to find the job that fits them best, and for carriers to distinguish their brand from the thousands of carriers in the marketplace. For more information, please visit us at fastport.com. Thank you.